My name is Maine Ben. I am the resident data scientist here in Africa's Talking. So that's just a cool way of saying I'm just a statistician who answers business problems. In the Train of Trainers program by Google, I'm mostly going to be your trainer, taking you through the portion of the capstone, maybe some practices that are going to make your capstone go the distance, not just surface level. So that's mostly my role within this program. I'm most familiar with the whole machine learning, data science and machine learning space. I've been doing it for quite a while. And I have managed to do things over a really very big spectrum, from healthcare to paleontology to even some legal instances. So yeah, I think that's my scope and probably more. For the upcoming training, I'll mostly be talking about agents. Those are just these large language models with now tools that help them do other things like internet search and maybe other tooling, like even using the Africa's Talking APIs to maybe even use to send SMS and all the other features that we provide. The single most important thing is safety of using these bots. So there's a lot of things that need to be set in place when you're making tools in that scale. So things like personally identifiable information, things you can think of people's names, addresses, birthdays, and things like those. Those need to be handled by your agent, because when people interact with your bot, people might deliberately or not give information like that, and to some extent hallucination. That's where large language models make up things. And for the session where in the capstone, we'll try and make an agent that will help you mitigate that. And if you're disseminating this information to people, at least you can rest easy that this bot is not going to give out wrong information and other specific aspects of safety that we are going to talk about. And yeah, so look forward to that. From my talk, you'll mostly gain hands-on experience, because I have already written some code or boilerplate code that you can use to start you off. And also I have a lot of examples in the platform Hugging Face to kind of walk you through the journey of making a high-performance agent. I'll mostly be focusing on the frameworks around agents. So if you've heard of tools like Crew AI, tools like LangGraph, tools to look at how the interactions are going between the large language model and the people who are interacting with it. So something like LangFlow. And for the safety aspect, there's a library by, I think, the UK Safety Institute called Inspect. And possibly, if there's time, I can show you some of the research I've worked on or emerging research that has come to help with the hallucination problem in large language models. So this part is very important, because when you go throughout the session, you're going to get hands-on skills for how you implement various aspects of the whole natural language processing space, and things like large language models, how to put them together and have them in the cloud, like Google Cloud, and also use a bit of the functionality of Africa's Talking. So you'll have a mix of, you have the Google functionality under your belt, and you'll also have the communication APIs under your belt. And there are very many applications where you will need to put these two things together. And I'd say if you're coming for this program, it would be very fruitful for you. If you're a student, if you're someone who's been doing this for a while, or someone wants to get into the space, this is your time. I'd really encourage you to come. You'll learn so much, and we are looking forward to have you. After this training, you'll be able to make, for instance, deep research agent, like deep research, like the OpenAI deep research. You'll be able to make something like that. You'll be able to know what are the key components you need to make something like that. And I think over the year, you've seen so many companies, from Perplexity, OpenAI, maybe Anthropic. I'm not so sure about Anthropic, but all these companies are trying to make these deep research agents because they are very fruitful, especially when it comes to looking for information, like verified information. Like, for instance, an example is battling fake news. Like, your friend, you're just sitting around with your friend, like in some corner talking about something, and then you're not quite sure if some of the things they say are like actually legit. But then if you make a system like this deep research agent, it can go do the groundwork for you and figure out, like, is this actually valid? And then maybe when you get your results and you see that the information lines up, then you'll be good. Like, at least that part of fake news is at least mitigated in some small way. So yeah, the first thing would be the skills, the hands-on skills that you're going to go through this within this whole period. Like, it's been really curated for you to actually build something of value. So that's the key thing about this whole program. And all of this, and all you're going to do here is going to be super practical. These are skills on demand, and if you already have them, like, you're the person who's going to, like, employers will look for you, and I'm so sure they'll look for you because this is emerging technology and it's like making a lot of noise throughout. So I think those are the main reasons why you should come for the sessions.